So today we're gonna go ahead and write our beautiful equations of exponential functions. Now, here is our transformation. We already have all these parts, and we have now our new parameters of g of x in the sense or in the form of a with our b being our base to the power of x minus h plus k. Now, we're gonna go ahead and write now functions, and we need these items in order for us to write our beautiful functions. We're gonna go ahead and be looking at 2 points. The first point that we're gonna go ahead and look at is called the first reference point. And the first reference point is given depending on where or how our graph is basically given. If we have the parent function f of x equals b of x with no parameter a or parameter a being 1, h not being present being 0, and k also being 0, then we're going to go ahead and follow through these notions. Our first reference point will be 0, 1. Our second will be -1 and 1 over b. And our asymptote will be at y equals 0. Now, once it's been transformed and given new parameters, we're going to go ahead and follow these notions. We're going to look at the first reference point in our graph, and it's going to be pointed as our parameter h and our y value as a plus k. Okay. Now, our second reference point, we're going to go ahead and use it to solve for this beautiful b, and we're going to be being given as h minus 1 and a over b plus k. Okay, so those are our beautiful reference points that we're going to go ahead and use. We're going to need only 2. Now our asymptote is going to be given, and we know that it's already going to be that beautiful k, right? That horizontal asymptote, our HA. Okay, ready for our first example? Yes, Ms. Vasquez. Okay, so let's digest all this, everything that's on the screen. This is for when our beautiful parameter h and k are basically 0 and 0, they're not present, and a is equal to 1, okay? Now, this is for, let me go ahead and do it in a different color, when the rest of the parameters are present, when a is present, when h is present, and our parameter, our horizontal asymptote is present there. Okay, so with that said, here's our first example. Here's our beautiful graph. It says to write the equation of the graph given, write the equation of the function and given the graph. Now, looking at our beautiful graph, can we find some items? Can we find the horizontal asymptote? Yes, what is my beautiful horizontal asymptote? 2. So we know that y equals 2. Now, in our general form or in our transformation function, g of x equals a, b, inside parentheses, we have x minus h plus k. Our horizontal parameter would be k, right? So in this case, k will equal 2. So whatever our horizontal asymptote is, it's going to be the same as our beautiful k value. Okay, so we have our k. Now, turn off your phones, guys. We need the rest of our items. We need an a, we need to figure out what our b is and what our beautiful h is. Now, in the new table that I just gave you guys, the references, what is or how do we find the value of our first reference point? Now, do we have the asymptote at y equals 0? No, we have it at y equals a value. So we're going to use this table, this side over here. So our first reference point is going to be at h and at a plus k. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down. First reference point. Point, I spelled point wrong. There you go, point. It's going to be at h and a plus k. Okay, so which one do you guys want to see your first reference point? I'm going to go ahead and select this one right here. So what is the value of that beautiful point? What are the coordinates?
Arc.
Not arc. What's my coordinate? A would be half, so 0.5 or 1/2, and 2.5, so 2.5. All right, so those are our values. Here it is, 0.5 and 2.5. Perfect. 0.5, it's at 1 and then half of it. 1/2. So you can write it as a fraction if you want to, 1/2 and 2 and 1/2. Okay, 1/2 and then 2 and 1/2. So you can write it either as a decimal value or a fraction value, however you guys want to. But I'm going to keep it in decimal value for right now. Now, we're going to go ahead and find the value of h. What's my value of h? 1/2. So let's go ahead and write h equals beautiful 0.5 or 1/2. Now let's go ahead and find the value of beautiful, let's see, k. K is already present, it is 2. And do we know the value of a? No, but do we know the value of a plus k? 2.5. So let's go ahead and write our equation. A plus k equals 2.5, 2.5. Now our k is already given, so let's go ahead and substitute that value. So let's go ahead and write now. A plus 2 equals 2.5. What is the value of beautiful a in this case? 1/2, so 0.5. All right, so I have a, I have h, and now let me look at my general form. I have a, I have k, and I have my beautiful h, and I'm missing b. So let's go ahead and get our second reference point. I'm gonna go ahead and make some space so I can go ahead and just some space so you can see what I'm doing. All right, this one I'm gonna go ahead and do in green. So second reference point. Perfect. Now my second reference point is located on my graph. It's right here. What is the coordinate to that point? So -1/2 or -0.5 and 3.5, positive 3.5. Okay, so let me go ahead and write it out. This time it is -0.5 and 3.5. Okay, perfect. Now in our table, we have more values on there for our second point. You guys have it in front of you. It's that first little box. We're still using this one. For our second reference point, it was what? H minus 1 and a over b plus k. Okay, so let me go ahead and write that down. H minus 1, a over b plus beautiful k. All right, so we already know the value of h. It is 0.05, sorry, 0.5. So if we have 0.5 minus 1, it gives us negative 0.5. That is true. Now we're interested on what value, like we said, in b. My second coordinate contains that value. So we're going to go ahead and use that second coordinate to help us out and figure out what that value of b is. So I'm going to go ahead and take this right here, and I'm going to bring it up here. A over b plus k. And what is a over b plus k equal to? It equals 3.5. All right. Now, do we know the sum of the values there? Do we know the value of k? Do we know the value of b? No, but do we know the value of a? Let's go ahead and substitute those values. So let's see, I have a we said it was 0.5. So 0.5 over b, we don't know what b is, plus k we said it was 2 equals 3.5. Can we solve for b? Yes, it becomes a multi-step equation, but we can go ahead and solve for it. So let's go ahead and subtract 2, It gives you 1.5. So let me go ahead and move this way. Let me make some space. So we have 0.5 over b equals 3.5 minus 2, 1.5. How do we solve for B? We can go ahead and go about it two ways or many ways. We can go ahead and cross multiply if we want to, and then multiply each side and then divide. So we can go ahead and multiply and divide each side. Let's see, over 1, we're going to have 1.5 B equals 0.5, and then we divide by 1.5. Therefore, B equals, this simplifies to 1. What is 0.5 divided by 1.5? 1/3. Another way to do this, guys, notice that they're both 0.5 and 1.5. I can go ahead and multiply both top and bottom by 10. And I have 5 over 15. If I simplify that, it would give me 1/3, or B can equal 0.3 and beyond. So 0.3 is equivalent to 1/3 in fraction. All right, now can we write our beautiful equation? Yes, we can. Let me go ahead and write this one in green. So let me make some space so you guys can see it as well. Okay, everybody's super quiet right now. So g of x equals, what is my beautiful A? 0.5. What is my beautiful B? We said 1/3 or 0.33. You can leave it either or, 0.133 and beyond. What is my beautiful H? What is my beautiful H? 0.5. So x minus 0.5. And what is my beautiful K? 2. So I left it all in decimal values. Since we have all decimal values, we can go ahead and make it in fractions if you want to too as well. G of x equals 0.5 is the same thing as 1/2. 1/3 x minus 1/2 plus 2. Either way, it would be correct. You can leave it as a fraction value or a decimal value. Not too bad, huh? No, Miss Hesketh. All right, we're still digesting this. We're still integrating this into our heads. New information, it's okay. We're gonna go ahead and analyze. Again, there's two types. There's one where we have our asymptote at y equals 0. The other one, once it's been transformed, is for all the other parts. Now, can I use the second case per se? This part for all of them? Yes, I can if I want to. It still gives me back to the same result, but again, they've been transformed. All right, let me go ahead and clear. Ready? Okay, I hope the next one is a little bit better. Let's go ahead and try this one now. Write the equation of the function given the graph. First step is to analyze and look and see if our beautiful asymptote is at 0. No, so we're going to use the second part of the column, the second column. Do you guys see it? Yeah. Okay, perfect. Now, whatever column you take, we have to do the first reference points. I suggest for you guys to pick the first reference point as your first point given right off from your asymptote. So, for example, my asymptote is right here. The first reference point should be this one, the one closest to the asymptote. That's what I'm trying to say. It starts from. What do you mean? Yes. I'm saying you should start, your first reference point should be the one closest to the asymptote. Either way, it should give you the same result. If you use this one. Okay. All right. With that said, the next part, we already identified that we have an asymptote other than 0. Now our asymptote here is going to be the same value as K. So K is going to automatically equal 7. Okay, so we got those two items. K equals 7. Now let's go ahead and identify our A and our B and our H. A, B, and H. So those 3 items we're going to go ahead and look for. So here's my general form. G of x equals A. B is our base, X minus H plus beautiful K. So we already have K. We need B, we need A, B, and we need H. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and look at the first reference point. Let's go ahead and look at the coordinates. My coordinates are and beautiful 4. Okay, perfect. So first reference point, our values are at H and at A plus K. Our reference point, it was -2, 4. And -2 is H. So H equals -2. We already have H now. And let's go ahead and find, what can we find here? A. So let's go ahead and find A now. So we have A plus K equals 4.
Wait, so what is 8?
That's what we're gonna figure it out.
Oh,
You sound like you guys seen Encanto. Little kids. So what is your power? What is your gift? That's what we're gonna figure out. -4. -4, therefore A equals beautiful.
oh no, wait.
I have it backwards, guys. Sorry. ¿Ves por andar pensando for thinking about the movie? There you go. +7, 4, -7, -7. I wrote the first equation right. I substituted it incorrectly. Let's see. We have -3. Okay, so we have A equals -3. Check. Now we're missing our beautiful B. Our B we're going to go ahead and find with our second reference point. Second reference point. What is my coordinate? H minus 1. A over B plus A. There you go. Beautiful. And what are the actual coordinates on my beautiful graph? -3 and +1. Yep. All right. So let's go ahead and substitute the values. -3, +1. This whole thing right here is equal to +1. So A plus B plus K equals 1. We're not interested in finding H since we already found it up here. So we're not interested, but if you wanted to, you can go ahead and find it. H minus 1 equals -3. We add 1 on both sides and H equals -2. It is true. So let's go ahead and substitute our values. -3 over B plus 7 equals 1. Subtract 7 on both sides. -3 over B equals -6. Now I can go ahead and cross multiply and divide. So I have -6 times B equals -3 and then divide by -6. Therefore, we have B equals -3 divided by -6, positive. Close. Yeah, there you go, 1/2. Our positive, -3 turn into positives, and then I simplify by dividing by 3. Dividing by 3, and then I get 1 over beautiful 2. All right, ready to write our beautiful equation. So what would be my equation here? Let's see, who can help me? Adriana. What happened to what? Oh, let's go ahead and randomize them. Okay.
Remember your numbers. You know you remember that.
A is -3, perfect. Inside parentheses, what is my beautiful B? 1/2. And then X minus H, what's my H? -2. Now, this is minus -2, and then plus K. Where's my K? 7, so we plus 7. All right, so let me go ahead and just simplify this little part right here. Notice that I had a negative in my H, so therefore a BG of X equals -3. 1/2 x plus 2 plus 7. Woo-hoo. Not too bad, huh? Raise your hand if you got that. Awesome. Okay. All right, Mario's gonna get to pick on the next one. Ready, ready? Oh, let's go ahead and solve it first. So be ready, guys. He has the power. Oh, sorry. Does everybody have that? Okay, ready, ready? Listos. Just to double check your work if you need it. Okay, listos. Okay, let me go ahead and clear. Now, number 3, our beautiful graph. Let's see. Mario, go ahead and pass it on. Who can help me identify our first value, our first variable? Ivan is like, pick me now. This Ivan, who? Jessica. So what is my beautiful asymptote here? 3. So therefore, K equals 3. So therefore, K equals 3. Awesome. So K equals 3. We got that. Now, our next item that we need to find are A, H, and B. So we're going to go ahead and find those 3 items. So let me go ahead and write the general form. G of X equals A, B, X minus H plus beautiful K. We already have our K. Check mark. Okay. Next item, let's see. What is my first reference point? Jessica, pass it on. Alex, what's my first reference point? The coordinate. -2, beautiful 4. And how do we find the first reference point here?
Wait,
Or-
why is it not -2?
-2 and +4.
Then why was number 1? What? Why was number 1 decimals? Because
That was the example.
it's right here. 3 and 4 and 4. Yeah, but that hasn't. Oh, that's what.
This one's going by 1.
Yeah.
They're just not present.
My bad.
-5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I know this book does that. Yeah, it confuses students, I know. All right, let's see. So we have our first reference point at -2, 4. And how do we find the parameters, Alex, in order for us to find A and H? What's my first reference point, the coordinate to it? H and A plus K. So H would be equal to -2. And A plus K would be? Would be 4. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve for our beautiful A. So A would be, let's see, substitute 3. And what would be my value for A? Pass it on, Alex. Eli, what's my value for A? Yeah, subtract 3, therefore A would equal 1. So we have A, we have H. Check, check. Now we're gonna go ahead and find what value, Eli. Alyssa, which value we're gonna find now? B. So let's go ahead and find our beautiful B. What is my second reference point? Alyssa, pass it on.
Venus.
Venus, what's my coordinate to the second point? -3, +7. So I have it here. -3, +7. What is the coordinate actually to find the parameters? H minus 1 and A over B plus beautiful K. Awesome. All right. So let's go ahead and find a parameter B. Let me go ahead and find it. Let me do this in a different color. Let me do this in. So A plus B plus K equals 7. Let's go ahead and substitute our values. A is 1, B is unsolved for or unknown or our variable. K here is 3 and it equals to 7. So what do I do here? See, let's pass it on. Valeria, what do I do? There you go. Subtract 3 from both sides. We're left with 1 over b equals 4. Perfect. Now we're going to go ahead and cross multiply, then divide. So I'm going to just write b equals
4.
Close.
1 over 4.
1 over 4. Awesome. All right. So we have b. We have our beautiful a, our h, our k. Now it's time to write our beautiful equation. Let me go ahead and make some space. All right, take the pass. Valeria, pass it on. Let's see who can help me write the entire equation. Jessica? Who?
Destiny.
Oh, Destiny. I meant Destiny. It's your destiny, Destiny. Have you guys seen Finding Dory? There you go. 0.25 to the power of x minus x plus 2 plus 3. That is one way to write it. That is correct. What's another way to write it out? G of x equals. Do we need to write the one outside of it?
No.
No, not necessarily. We can keep the fraction if we want to. 1/4 to the power of x plus 2 plus beautiful 3. Either way, it would be correct.
And we don't solve
No, we don't need to solve it.
it? Oh.
It's already graphed. We would go back basically to this. Okay, ready for your exit ticket? Yes, Ms. Vasquez. Okay.